Good evening, guys. Today we are at the panel discussion. We are discussing the movie Damni, which deals with major legal issues like feminism, oppression, corruption, and rape, specifically relating to gang rape. So this movie Damni, which was released in 1993, was like a response to the Mathura rape case, which was prevalent at that time, and which that case mainly dealt with teasing, rape, etc.
I'll give a summary about the story. There are five characters in the story, main characters in the story. Damni, Shekhar, who's Damni's husband, Damni's brother-in-law, Damni's father-in-law, and Urmi. Urmi is the rape victim in the story. On the day of Holi, Damni saw her brother-in-law and three friends dragging Urmi to a room, and she witnessed they were raping her. She tried to open the door, but she couldn't. So she rushed back to her husband. When they reached the room, it was empty. Next day, they found out. Police found out Urmi in a side of the road. When the police started to investigate the family, the whole family denied, including Damni, because Damni's father-in-law was concerned about their family reputation in the society. The victim Urmi was killed in the hospital. When Damni was guilty about her actions. So she went to the police and told the truth. When she came to the court, giving a statement, the whole family, including her father, told her she was mentally unstable. So there were a lot of drama during when she was giving a test in the mental asylum, and she found a lawyer. Then the story goes on, and the Ramni and the lawyer convinces Shekhar to give his eyewitness against Damni's brother-in-law. So there was a big emotional speech at the end of the climax of this movie, and the movie ends.
Talking about listening to analyzing what Arvind has explained keenly about the story of Damni, there are three major provisions which revolves around the story of Damni. First of all is this section 375 of Indian Penal Code 1860, which talks about the term rape. It explains about rape, what is rape, and what are the conditions under rape comes in. So the conditions which section 375 talks about, which satisfy the situations of Damni, is the first condition, which it states that sexual intercourse against the victim's will. So obviously Urmi did not give will to the Shekhar's younger brother. So there comes satisfy the first condition, and the second condition is without the victim's consent. And this is how we can conclude that Urmi was raped under the section 375 of IPC. And next we can talk about section 161 of CRPC, that is Criminal Procedure Code, which comes in when Damni's dad and as well as Shekhar's dad stops Damni from giving a witness statement to the police officer. So basically section 161 gives the right to a person to make a statement to the police as a witness. So that is where section 161 of CRPC comes in. And then then comes the section 288A of the Indian Penal Code, which gives a protection to the rape victim. As such, as no media can reveal the rape victim for guarding the honor and so on of the rape victim. So yeah.
Guys, if you notice, there's this interesting part of the movie in the last scene where Damni shames Chada's attempts to quieten her by asking her to name her female body parts, and then she gives it back by naming those body parts not as like normal body parts, but like as something that adds value to a woman's body. That is like one important scene in the movie. And as we've had like enough discussion about gang rapes and how it was involved. So if we like have to relate it to a contemporary situation in India, so I would say that is kind of like related to the gang rape which happened in Delhi, which is the Nirbhaya rape, and yeah.
So talking about the concept of gang rape, according to IPC, section 376D talks about when a woman is raped by one or more people with a common intention of raping her. It is called as gang rape. The punishment for it is minimum 20 years and up to life imprisonment with fine. The fine will be used for expenses in hospital and rehabilitation of the victim. The main question is, I want to ask you guys that whether did rape laws have their existence before Nirbhaya case?
Talking about the situation before Nirbhaya case, so actually obviously the case of Nirbhaya rape case was a very big landmark case. That whole of the rape laws were evolved after the Nirbhaya case. So talking about pre-Nirbhaya situation, the case of Tukaram versus the state of Maharashtra comes in. Maharashtra comes in. So yeah, it is popularly known as the Mathura rape case. Here the victim is Mathura, and the rape laws were not exactly favorable to the victim per se, because pre-Nirbhaya case this judgment came, and the judgment said that the court went so far that it had objectivized and classified Mathura as she was as she was habituated to sexual intercourse, that she looking at the history of her sexual intercourses, and court had categorized her completely as she was habituated to sexual intercourse, and she had not been raped, and she had just made a fake
Accusation.
fake accusation on the policeman that she was raped. And after this this was rectified, and the inclusion of section 376A, B, C and D to the IPC section 376/7 was introduced, that that it majorly stated that the additionally the burden of proof was shifted from the victim to the offender, rather than which brings in a lot of positivity, and which justifies the rape cases which happen in today's cases. Yeah, but that's what I think. But what do you guys think? Whether the Nirbhaya case has brought about any changes in the rape laws?
Guys, like I feel to make sure that something like the Nirbhaya case never happens again, the government has taken everything in its possibility to make like a lot of amendments and like to bring harsher punishments. So that's what actually led to the 2013 criminal law amendment. So in that amendment, we see that a lot of new offences such as stalking, voyeurism, acid attacks was added to the definition of rape, and also like it was also criminalized that even a threat of rape is criminalized nowadays. So the minimum sentence was changed from like 7 years to 10 to 20 years now, and like the definition of vegetative state was also added. Like this was first brought in through the landmark judgment of Aruna Shanbag case. And so we also noticed that while the Nirbhaya case was on trial, so there was a lot of deliberation on the character of a victim and how that plays a very effective role in rape cases. So this was also made like post the Nirbhaya case, the character of the victim was changed as irrelevant to rape, because usually people like usually take the notion of independence, like because of independence of women only it leads to rape and all that. So obviously there were a lot of adjustments which were brought in CRPC and the Evidence Act, and the age for juveniles for trying was changed from like it was reduced from 18 to 16 years. And mainly, if you guys have noticed, the government also established the Nirbhaya Fund, which was mainly for the safety of women and for the security. But like a lot of articles in recent times, like for example specifically Hindustan Times tells that even after like 10 years of 10 or how many other years of the Nirbhaya Fund being established, the fund has not been utilized properly, and that shows the real state where the rape laws and how they've evolved. That lies.
After the Nirbhaya case, Justice Verma committee was introduced, and it recommended that who caused death or a permanent vegetative condition is sentenced to minimum 20 years and maximum life imprisonment, and the fine is used for the health care and the rehabilitation of the victim. In the recent time, Times of India has written article. It is written by Rajshekhar, and it shows what Justice Verma committee does. So they have a few key points that they have implemented is that they have given access to given online portal for women to apply to give a complaint in online itself. They don't have to go in person to do it, and they have set up a CCTV camera in each and every police station. And another important one is that they have appointed one mandatory police officer. They should mandatory appoint a police officer in each and every police station in the country to support rape victims.
Yes.
So what do you think? These all have implemented, but how the laws has been evolved, and what is the current state of the laws?
Yeah, talking about the evolution of rape laws and on gang rape, the important case of Priya Patel with the state of Madhya Pradesh comes into picture. So yeah, what the case established basically is that women cannot commit the offence of rape if she's facilitated the act of rape with a group of people, and she can be prosecuted for gang rape. Basically what they're saying is that the High Court contended that a woman cannot commit rape So yeah, that has been established. But if a woman is to be accused of gang rape, she has to facilitate, like the concept of conspiracy and aiding to conspiracy. She has to facilitate the act of rape with a group of people with a common intention, which is obviously comes under the aiding to the gang rape, and this is provided in the section 34 of the Indian Penal Code, 1860. So that is how that is where Indian laws of gang rape stand at the current situation. Yeah, that is where the laws of gang rape have evolved as such.
So yeah, guys, I think the panel discussion of today's has provided like a evolution of gang rape from like pre-Nirbhaya, post-Nirbhaya, and like relating to contemporary times. So yeah, thank you.